Oh, hey everybody, I'm Ryan Dangerous Moran, and in this video, we're gonna be going through crafting offers to sell physical products brands. Most physical product sellers tend to get addicted to certain channels where they're taking sales. Amazon.com, Kickstarter, sometimes Shopify. And if they were to flex an offer muscle just a little bit, they would be far more profitable and be far more scalable because it's going to allow you to be able to attract ideal customers at higher price points and do it in a way that you control without being dependent on Facebook, without being dependent on Amazon, controlling your own destiny. So we're going to go through some examples and how you can start doing it in this video. Keep in mind, this is part 2 of a video series about scaling a physical products brand. But if you just want to learn how to build an offer or craft an offer that will help you grow, this one will stand on its own. So let's dive in. Okay, to kick things off, I'm just going to give you an example that you can follow as well as some resources that you could tap into to start to flex this muscle. First things first, one of the best offer makers in the physical product world is Dave Asprey. So this is one of the books that he wrote called Headstrong. And this is an audience builder, right? If you watch the first part of this series, then you know that the way that you build an audience is you put content out that leads to someone following you, and then you start making them offers. Dave does a really good job of making offers. So if you watch any of his stuff, actually a good example would be he has a program called the 40 Years of Zen, and it's a $15,000 program. By the way, physical product brand has a $15,000 experience. That's out of the box thinking. Some of you just need to think, what high-end things could I sell? I used to run this workshop, actually. I charged $5 grand for it. It was a 3-day workshop. I stopped doing it because it was a lot of work. And one of the exercises that I ran people through was if you had to charge at least $1,000 for a product or something in your company, what would you charge $1,000 for? And it was just a thought exercise to get people thinking much bigger than what they were used to thinking about, because they're used to selling, in Dave's case, he sells coffee, right? Well, how do you go from selling coffee to selling a $15,000 product? It's because the offer isn't about coffee. The offer is about optimizing the human experience and human performance. That's the offer. So when you're selling a thing, it's really hard to craft a compelling offer. But when you're selling a result, it makes the offer much more compelling. Let me show you 2 ways that you could flex this muscle. Number 1, there are 2 books that I would recommend that you get. Here, and here they are, right here. Number 1, Expert Secrets by Russell Brunson is a fantastic new person's guide to crafting an offer. Whether you're selling a physical product, a digital product, software as a service, I don't care. But if I were to summarize this in like 10 seconds, the way that you position your brand and your product as an authority to where people want to pay higher prices and they want to follow you is by showing the transformation. It was like this and now it's like this. I used to be fat and now I'm not because I started eating a high protein diet. I used to struggle with brain fog and now I don't because now I'm in the state of ketosis. I used to have pain from doing CrossFit and now I don't. And it's all because I found out that I had knots that I rolled out. I used to be stuck at a 225 deadlift PR and now I don't because this belt puts me in alignment. I used to have really high stress and now I don't because I started diffusing essential oils. I used to have low energy in the morning and now I don't because I take a greens powder. You see where I'm going? I could do this all day. It used to be like this, then I found this or I discovered this, and now I don't. That is a really good hook for the beginning of an offer. And when it comes to crafting the offer that gets people to sale, best book ever written is Breakthrough Advertising. It is the gold standard. Good luck finding it. It's very, very hard to find. You'll probably have an easier time finding digital copies than a physical copy. But whatever it costs, go buy it. This is the gold standard on putting together good offers, especially if you are new to this game. Now, when I say offer, what do I mean? 3 parts. This is what I got. This is what it will do for you. And here's how to get it. That's an offer. Another way to frame this, as one of my mentors, Travis Sago, says, give me this and I will give you this. There's an offer for an exchange. This is what I have. I have these blue blocking sunglasses. What they're going to do for you is they're going to block blue light from interfering with your melatonin production so that you fall asleep faster, you stay asleep, and you wake up refreshed. And the way that you get it is you go over to swanicsleep.com/blue and you're going to save 20% on your first order of blue blocking sunglasses. That's an offer. That is crafting the ask. This is what I got. This is what it will do for you, and here's how to get it. What I've got for you here is a paraben aluminum-free natural deodorant that actually works. What this is going to do for you is it is going to prevent you from stinking like all of the other natural deodorants do, and it's going to prevent pit stains, and it's going to do it in a way that doesn't require you to put a bunch of nasty chemicals on your skin, which have been known to cause this problem and this problem and this problem and this problem. So that's what it's going to do for you. And where you can get it is over at nativedeodorant.com/trial, and that's going to allow you to try it for a month for free. And if you like it, keep ordering it, and if not, I'm going to be surprised because I have tested this against every other deodorant on the market, and this is what works best. And it's going to allow you to go to the party without stinking or having pit stains or putting nasty stuff on your skin, which we all know are dangerous chemicals. So go over to nativedeodorant.com/trial to get your first month for free. This is what I got. This is what it'll do for you. And here's where you get it. So that's how you start to craft an offer. And this works beautifully in email. So if we're collecting email addresses or we're collecting ManyChat subscriptions, then the way we start to craft the offer, especially when we're doing a product launch, is we start talking about what the benefit is of that product and where they can get it. So even if you are promoting a new product on Amazon.com, like, hey, we want to tell you about our new CrossFit gloves. What they're going to do for you is prevent you from getting calluses, and it's going to help you hit that new PR, which you might have had a plateau because your hands hurt because you're stressing muscles that you shouldn't be stressing, and this is going to allow you to hit that next plateau. And the way that you can get that is over on Amazon. We're doing a launch right now for 20% off for our new customers, and here's the link to get it. That would be a basic email that I just riffed. Here's what I got, here's what it'll do for you, and here's where you go about getting it. Now, if you watched part 1 of this series, then you know that the way that we start to get people to follow us is we start putting out content onto public content sites where it's already hanging out, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, podcast, Pinterest. We start to drive them to an opt-in page. I want to give you a place where you can go to see other people's opt-in pages. And it's called swiped.co. Swiped.co. And what you can do there is you can search for different types of offer pages and see what other people are doing in order to collect email addresses or to make offers. So one of the companies that I really like to model is the Motley Fool, and all of their offer pages are on swiped.co. So I just go over to swiped.co and I punch in either Motley Fool or I bring up a list of the squeeze pages to collect email addresses. And what you'll see there is that the pages are really, really simple. There's a headline, there's a couple bullets, and there's an opt-in form. That's it. We don't have to overcomplicate this process. And when you are doing your content well by showing transformations or by giving them a new insight, like, hey, do you struggle with late night munchies? The reason why you struggle with late night munchies is because you are lacking micronutrients in your diet. You can mitigate the late night munchies if you are eating a high macro and micro diet and you're getting enough sleep and you are, I don't know, you're not stressed. So what we've put together for you is a bundle pack of micronutrient, high protein, stress reliever that'll help you sleep, right? I just created a bundle on the fly of a way to reduce a pain point. Content was about how to prevent the late night munchies, and you might have an article that was about A, you need more micronutrients, B, you need more protein in your diet, C, you don't have enough melatonin because you're looking at screens all day, and 4, or D, or Roman numeral 4, is you're stressed, so you need to burn essential oils that reduce stress. Well, what we've done for you is we've got a bundle package that'll allow you to put all of this in and save a bunch of money, and here's the link to go opt in to get your coupon code. Piece of content promoting a product, sends them over to a squeeze page. You can get examples over at swiped.co, or just look at what any of these companies are doing. And that opt-in page is going to be a very simple, probably a coupon offer, and their email address, and then we're going to hit them with an offer, which is going to be some sort of a sales page. Now let's talk about that. Let's talk about sales copy and sales pages. It would be a completely different video series talking about writing copy and crafting sales offers. I would recommend that you grab these 2 books, and I would do one other thing. Look at 2 resources to just see how other companies are crafting offers. One is clickbank.com, or if you were to search ClickBank and your market, so ClickBank and greens powder, ClickBank and weightlifting, ClickBank and human performance. If you Google that, you'll find sales pages that people have put together around their digital products or their physical products. The second resource I would recommend you check out is similarweb.com. It's a way that you can browse other people's companies and their referral traffic and the other types of competitors that they have, and you can start looking at the offers that they're making to their audience. So if you get on their email lists and you start looking at the different types of messages that they're sending out to customers, you can model some of that approach and use it in your business. So by doing this, by having content that leads to a squeeze page, you're starting to build up an audience. The way you make that profitable is once they opt in, you're sending messages that make offers about your products, which is going to make selling new products easier. It's going to make your profit margins go up. It's going to allow you to do things like bundle offers, which you can't do if you're just throwing stuff on Amazon, right? But if you've got an audience and you know what they want, you can start to put together, let's see, this is a $79 product. This is a $25 product when you buy them in, a pack. This is like a $50 product. This is a $60 or $70 product. So all together, look, this is, I remember I just made up this bundle. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I just made it up on the spot. But we're looking at like a $200 bundle, which we could now discount at like 40% off and do it for $119.99. Can you imagine if you could just make $119 offers to your list over and over and over again, and you had a predictable way to launch those products? That's the power of being able to send an email to an audience that is wanting to hear from you because they opted in for offers and they found out about you because of content. So in your business, are you dependent on Amazon to send you all your traffic? If so, we have to start to flex our muscle of how do we make an offer to the general marketplace outside of where we're getting a bunch of buyers, which is great. You should optimize that. But how do we start crafting offers to somebody who's never heard of us and might not even be looking for us? And we do that through transformation stories, which is outlined in Expert Secrets, and putting together compelling sales offers, which is outlined in breakthrough advertising. And if you look at your competitors and what they're doing, you'll see that they scale when they have a really compelling offer. Now, if you're just on Amazon.com, then most people will just compare our product to the next person's product. Here's why we have more reviews. Here's why we're cheaper. Here's why we're better. And that only works to a certain extent. It doesn't allow you to take your product to a general marketplace. What allows you to take it to a general population is showing how it's actually arousing interest in somebody who might not have ever heard about you before. I used to be stuck at a PR, but these 3 tips allow me to break through that. Number 1, I got a really good weight belt that put me in the right position. Number 2, I found out that I had issues with my form that were due to tension in my IT band. So I had to get a roller that helped me get through that. And number 3, I got the right gear that took the stress off the joints that shouldn't have been activated in the first place. Well, guess what? I'm now buying not why this belt is different than the next belt or why this roller is better than the other roller. I'm buying the higher PR. And what's that worth to me? Hundreds of dollars? Could we now position the same brand of physical products that were not differentiated from everybody else? Could we now position them as a premium offering because we're selling a result rather than a product? That allows us to have much higher price points. And it allows us to control our own destiny because now we're not dependent on Amazon sending us sales. In fact, this opens up new places for us to advertise because now we can have affiliates promote us. Because, you know, a lot of times, we'll talk about influencers in another video in this series, but a lot of people will really wrestle with the idea of, I've got this weightlifting belt. How do I go out and get influencers to promote my product? And one of the challenges is there's no profit margin to be able to give that affiliate to talk about your weight belt. But even more importantly, I have no way to differentiate this. I have no transformation story around a belt. But if we can position it around a result, like I used to be at a PR and then I broke through it because I had these 3 products. Now I've got a premium offering with high profit margins where I can pay that influencer to talk about me a good amount, and I have a hook for them to be able to promote and talk about me instead of it just being like, this is the best belt. Well, I wasn't looking for a belt. I'm looking for a new PR. And people looking for a new PR is a much bigger audience and a much more profitable audience than the person who's shopping for a belt. Same thing with the sleep example, or any person that you're targeting is looking for the result, not the product. So the way that you craft compelling offers is you can highlight what it is you've got. You talk about the results that it will give them. If you can draw on examples, that's awesome. And then you call them into action by saying where they can go to take advantage of the offer. And that's how we're going to collect email addresses, and that's how we're going to make it profitable to run this process. Moving forward, what we're going to talk about is amplifying content and showing up in front of audiences so we can, at scale, get the audience built and do it profitably. Because if we've got the content coming out, going out to people, collecting their email addresses, and we've got the offers to make it profitable and sustainable, guess what? We've got a scalable company. We can now spend money to get new eyeballs, which is going to give us a bigger audience, which is going to allow us to profit in the promotion of our products. That makes us more sustainable, makes us less dependent on places like Amazon or Kickstarter or Facebook ads. It's going to open up a whole new world of advertising opportunities and promotion opportunities. And that's how we're going to be able to grow from just a product company to a real brand that could be sold, a real brand that has a following, a real brand with meaty profit margins, a real brand that isn't just selling products, but is scalable and being talked about by people all over the place. If that's what you want, this is the process that helps us get there. And so moving forward, what we'll talk about is stepping in front of more traffic, and we'll talk about the management of this whole process. So we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Let me know by commenting below, and I will see you in the next part of this series on growing a physical products brand from 6 to 7 figures.